What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey, and we are down here. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by, honey. We are down here to talk about Keke Palmer, Usher, and Keke Palmer's bus driver. So go ahead and like the video, subscribe, timestamp. You can cut it up as long as you tag me. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and of course Twitter. ericadinerotv are the handles there, so you can tag me on TikTok. If you clip a video, tag me on Instagram. Shout out to those who tag me on Instagram to show me the updates and the stories and stuff like that. So I'm going to put on the side right here the video of Usher serenading, and this is how it started. You know, Keke Palmer just had a baby. I'd say like 6 months ago. We've watched her travel through her pregnancy, her post-pregnancy, her postpartum, how she has, her skin has cleared up. Her baby cleared up her skin. She's talking about, she has, talking about her body and how, being a parent, even with the community, how difficult it is. So she's come out and she shared these things. She looks very happy. She looks very happy with the baby father. She posts him and stuff like that. They post each other and things like that. He posts videos of her, back and forth. They seemingly have, a loving relationship that they are sharing with the community, with their baby, right? So Keke Palmer, she's 29 years old. After the post of Keke, being serenaded by Usher. Usher has a residency in Las Vegas, so everybody is going to see Usher. And she was there, and he was serenading her, and she just looked like she was having a good time. She had her dress on. She had this cute dress on. The back of the dress was sheer. The legs were sheer. And the back of the dress, you could see her entire ass. Okay, we're not gonna sugarcoat it. We can see her entire ass. She looked nice. Her hair was nice. She just really looked like she was having a good time. I love when she was like this, like, period. Like, girl, you already know. So Usher was serenading her, and it went viral. And then her child's father, her boyfriend, he retweeted and quoted and said, here I have it saved. It's the outfit though, ... you a mom. So basically saying that because she's a mother, that she is not dressed appropriately for a concert to go see Usher because she's a mom. So I'm not sure what would have been a more appropriate. I guess her ass not being out would have been a more appropriate outfit in his perspective. But then he came back when people started to drag his ass for trying to police her and using the mom card. And I tell y'all this all the time, that they always talk about women trapping men with babies, but men will trap you with a baby and then shame you with your behavior by slamming down the mom card and telling you you shouldn't act like this or you shouldn't wear this because you have children. You're a mother. So you need to modify your behavior because now you have a baby. You're a mom, right? That's all he said. You're a mom. He came back, doubled down, bitch. The bus driver, okay? He doubled down and said, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife, I don't know, Keke Palmer and him got married, and mother to his kids, not their kids, to showcase, meaning to put on display, right? Booty cheeks to please others. So we're back to the idea that women get dressed for males' attention, to showcase themselves for men. This is why they feel like they're entitled to you. This is why they feel that they can police how you show up in society, because you are for them. That is their idea about your existence. You're there for them. Anything you do is to showcase, to please others. And he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family, my representation. I have standards. Now he has standards and morals. He didn't have standards and morals when he was fucking an unwed woman, unprotected, and produce a baby. Because if we're going to go by the standards and morals that you're presenting here, you wouldn't have been fucking an unmarried woman that could possibly have the consequences of having a child. No, you fucked an unmarried woman, had a baby with her, and now you think you can control her by slapping down the mom card because she's not your wife. And even, like I said on Twitter, even if she was his wife, because a lot of people are posting Sierra and Russell when she went to the Vanity Fair party and had on nothing, because that was the theme. Skin, I think, was the theme. And how proud he was to be standing next to his actual wife. Okay, so if we're going to put any credence and honor on being a wife that y'all do, even if he was married, you still have no control over how your wife dresses. None. You can't tell her what to wear. You can't tell her what not to wear. If she's a fool, you will be able to tell her. If she doesn't have a mind of her own, you will be able to tell her. Did she look disrespectful? Did she look trashy and gaudy? No, she looked nice, actually. She looked very nice. Her hair was nice. The outfit was nice. She looked good postpartum. What happened was this motherfucker doesn't have enough balls. First of all, he had to publicly say it. Just 24 hours after this woman gets on the internet. Shout out to Carisha. Carisha, please. Not trying to be that person. This was tweeted at on my time, 12:22 a.m. on July 4th. Not trying to be the person, but I love my man, period. Less than 24 hours later, he publicly humiliates her by trying to shame her for the dress that she has on because she is a mother. She was having such a good time. I tweeted, Keke was having a good time, feeling good, knowing she was in her big energy with Usher, singing, everything, cheeks out. Now here comes a hater. Not just any hater, but the hater you just had a baby with. You're a hater, bro. You're a hater, and your insecurity is jumping out. You have, and somebody put it so clearly that because you have no real position in the relationship, you have to exert power and dominance in the form of, I'm the man of the house, when you're really not the man. She's the man of the house. Let's be very clear. She's the man of a house. You're just a man in a house with a millionaire, helping her take care of your baby that you had with her, the baby you share. So you helping her over on what is it, Key TV? That's where your job is. You work for her. But you want to get on the internet and exert some type of male authority and dominion over what another individual human being has on just because she's a mom. But then you want to throw in morals and standards as if you wasn't down there fucking that unwed woman, right? Because you were supposed to be married first, Mr. Morals, Mr. Standards. If that's the standard, you skipped over the morals and standards. But the only time y'all talk that morals and standards shit is when it's time to control another person. When it's applied to you, you clearly don't have to have morals and standards because you out here fucking women with no condoms. Unmarried, not married to them. They call that premarital sex. Fornication, right? But the morals and standards only apply to girls and women they are trying to control. If you don't see how that book that y'all use to govern your lives, some portions, listen to me when I say, some portions of that book that is used to control and police women are no good and should be ignored. Everything in that book is not to take for word. Because a lot of that stuff written by men who want to control women had their contributions in that book. And those are the excerpts and scriptures they use to try to control you when they don't even abide by the standards that are outlined in that book. He doesn't have to abide by them, but you do. And they'll use it to police your behavior. I also said, we didn't even make it to the baby's first birthday. Shout out to Kimberly Foster. She said, I knew it was only a matter of time before Keke's BD did something embarrassing. He was doing so well. And I said, all he had to do was sit there and eat his goddamn food. I was hoping the motherfucker was joking, like, quote, this is how a weak nigga would sound if his baby's mother was dancing with Usher, end quote, type tweet. Nah, that's the tweet. He just showed us how weak he is. And apparently they unfollowed each other on Instagram. I want to read this post from the Trap Witch. I posted a piece of her story. Okay, let's go. I had to get that off real quick. All right. And don't tell me what to do. Yes, you don't own me. Girl, you don't own me. This is from the Trap Witch, okay? Let me go to her post. And she like really gets it. Let's go. It says, hold on, let me see. Hold on. All right. She says, I understand his point, but him bringing it to the internet shows a bigger problem in their relationship. If he's too insecure for her to own her sexuality, sovereignty, and autonomy as her partner, then maybe they aren't compatible. A lot of women, they are at their core of being a mom, wife, or a crone shouldn't change that. A lot of men fall in love with the fantasy of you, but not actually you. Keke, I love the expression of how good you feel in your mom body, how much you feel joy because of it, and also the fact that Usher showered you a whole goddess in an offering of melody and appreciation, like he's been doing with the women at his concerts. I want her man to align with who she is, and if not, get a new one. If you don't like the way this woman is showing up as an individual in her sovereignty, the thing about being in relationships, I don't know if it's a remnant of slavery or people owning people, that you feel like once you get in a relationship with somebody, because you have no leverage anywhere else in the world, that you can control this individual human being. And you can put what they say you are to them, a ball and chain, they want to put it on you. And now have you govern yourself according to the word when they got with you, they weren't abiding by any morals and standards. This man said, the fact that y'all say this just shows y'all don't know accountability. She's a representation of him. No, she's not. That's when I tell you, these niggas, they get in these codependent ass relationships with you and feel like you are a representation of them. If y'all showing up, you are an individual, she is an individual. That's it. You are two individuals in a relationship where you have made agreements with each other. These are the agreements that you made. Everybody makes different agreements. Every relationship is structured different. But if you are dealing with this vibrant, seemingly good spirit that Keke displays to us every day, and you want to dim that because she's a mom, you're weak. You're a weak person. And this is the reason why the fuck everybody was down here cussing out Iyanla Vanzant. This is why high-earning, accomplished women should not date the bus driver. Because in this case, this motherfucker is the bus driver. And because he has no authority anywhere else in his life, he feels that he has to control and have dominion over a woman just because he had a baby with her. And then wants to throw morals and standards and the word wife in her face, in our faces. Just less than 24 hours of her making a public proclamation about how she loves her man. He gets on the internet and shames her for what she has on, and then opens the door for everyone else who feels the same way to fuck with her. You did not protect her, my nigga. You left her open for people to attack her who agree with you. The idiots who agree with you. Hold on, I'm not done. We're not done. She's a representation of him. Not all men want their significant other out there like that. Wait, girl, you know these niggas don't use punctuations. She's a representation of him. Not all men want their significant other out there like that, just like you women. Listen to me when I tell you, if a man or any person refers to you as you women, they see you as adversaries. These niggas who want to partner with you also simultaneously see you as their adversaries. You women is no different than you people. No different. Same energy. You people don't know how to act. You women. These are the same men who want to partner with women, talking to women like this, treating women like this, because they don't have any power anywhere else. And then they want to get with you and control you. You women wouldn't want your significant other out there misrepresenting y'all, whether it's with his dick print always being flirtatious or etc. It's things y'all won't tolerate, and it's things men won't tolerate. Here she goes. How about we make agreements about representation and the acceptance about who we are at the core and be with partners that accept that? Exactly. Y'all want to partner with women that you want to change and control. Why don't you find women who are already like what you want? I forgot to mention Dianara. What's her name? Danae Jackson on that video about the wife becoming obsessed with the women that the man is cheating on her with. The women that her husband, she's obsessed with other women, like Slow Saw and Melody. It's the opposite effect. Anyways, I forgot to, it just came in my head. And I forgot to mention on that Melody video. Being openly and overtly sensual does not dictate that your partner will engage in interactions that violate you. Sounds like y'all mistake representation at times for trust. Also, I don't know this man and I know Keke, but I know Keke and she found her destiny before she found that man. It's true. Hold on, let me go back and read the comments. Listen, Keke, I hope you got him together. What's being a mother got to do with it? Tina Turner voice. This is embarrassing for her partner, and I hope she continues to embody that big sacral energy that she's been having, her looking gorgeous and fabulous. Also, men love to say women don't know accountability, especially to a man, as if being a forward-facing woman with a destiny and also a strong self of image or image of self and self is a lack of representation. Depends on the man. Also, Keke was in her destiny before she found that man. It's a word to some women too, to stay the course of who you are, because some will try to change you and you may lose all you got on your own before him. He either fits into your destiny and self or doesn't, and that's what you're accountable for. You change because God or you want to change for your own personal evolution. Also, as a forward-facing public figure with a representation, what he did to her was embarrassing and causes a scandal because he is projecting his insecurity and embarrassment outward. Sir, handle it in private. Say you weren't equally yoked for her public image if that's the issue. It's not always easy for powerful, confident women who are forward-facing and sensual to have a strong chemistry with somebody that translates to fierce love, because old school patriarchy and misogyny really want to keep a lot of women in a domesticated and minimized versions of themselves. And that's what I see happening on the left with Keke and her baby daddy. Keke was a whole woman, paying her own bills, making her bag, bearing her soul, magic, dreams, and passions to the world before we knew who the fuck Darius was. We still don't know his ass. Okay? And that's why we told your ass, Keke, to give that baby your last name. A lot of these niggas don't deserve a legacy. All you need from them is that DNA, because your baby is a cutie pie. That's all you really need. That I'm glad she didn't marry him. That's another thing. We glad she's not your wife. Even though if she was your wife, you still wouldn't have shit to say. Shut your ass up, bus driver. Okay? I don't want to disrespect this man, but I know this type because my last partnership tried to pull this too. Even in my marriage, it happened. I remember a partner was quote unquote embarrassed by some of my posts that pay my bills and keep me in service to servicing my community and allow me the fullness of my highest God-given embodiment. I told that man I wasn't changing because if he left me or we broke up, I'd still take care of me. Also, that if he were to be my husband, he'd still have to accept who the fuck I am. Thank you. Energy. All that energy. I'm not changing for you. If I change, it's gonna be because I want to change. Not because of you. Not because you told me to, and you because you sitting over there with your bus pass trying to control some shit and then turn around and say, I'm the man of the house. You not the man of the house. Keke is the man of the house. That's why, Iyanla, the girls don't want to date bus drivers. Because you get niggas like this who are insecure, who are sitting over there insecure, and want to project their insecurities on to you. Okay, let's see. We have a little bit more time. This is a man on the left projecting his identity of femininity onto a woman who might not match that, and that's okay. Someone's yuck is someone's yum. I'm going to continue with Sierra's prayer because Russell would never. We don't know what type of woman he was praying for either, but clearly Darius need to keep praying and meditate, because loving a woman is deeper than loving the idea of who she is solely in the family unit, but as a whole spirit in her destiny, as if she doesn't have an identity outside of being a mother. She wasn't being a mother when she was being serenaded. She was being a woman enjoying a man who can sing his ass off, is not bad on the eyes, who she's probably had a crush on since she was a teenager. That wasn't a mother up there. That was a woman who has a child, right? And has a boyfriend being serenaded. Just say you were insecure because we saw what it looked like and she was having a good time. She's a performer just like he is. She was putting on a show and you fucking ruined it. You're a fucking hater, bro. You are a fucking hater, and it sucks when you have a baby with your worst enemy, with the person who will knock you down, knock you off your square. There's no way. When you find out that nigga you are with is a fucking hater and he hates on everything, and when you're in your energy, you feeling good and you gassed up, and they want to deflate that and knock you off your square, fuck them niggas and leave them. I don't give a fuck. Break up with him. I cannot wait to continue to see the dark feminine and divine feminine rise. There's a big theme going on, and men are holding on to past paradigms. It's true. Y'all wanna model tradition because that controlled women. And because you have nowhere else to control, you don't have your own shit, you want to find a woman who is goofy enough to agree to be in a relationship with somebody that is not equally yoked, employ you, and then you turn around and try to knock her off her square.
Girl, stop.
Girl, get the fuck up out of here. Listen to this. This is the part that I want. I was so happy. This is her talking about a similar situation. She said, I remember a partner embarrassed me, right? Honestly, in that situation, nobody knew that fucking man and who he was in comparison to what I do in this world. Not equally yoked. When he cheated, he made made a whole affair, baby, and embarrassed me on many levels with his shitty values and many insecurities. I was so happy I stayed a bad bitch in my Empress energy. That's the part. It's like when you fucking make changes and they still act a fool, and then you're like, fuck, why did I change? Why did I make changes? Why did I bend myself into a pretzel for somebody who doesn't respect me, who wants to embarrass me, who is literally not equally yoked? And I'm only using, I know that comes from the Bible, and I'm only using that so that you can understand the idea. You're not equals. Y'all don't have the same ambitions, accomplishments. Y'all don't have those things. We're in two different lanes, and you trying to be over here in this lane. You need to stay in your lane. Find a woman that fits your needs. Stop trying to find. That's the one thing that I found in relationships, that motherfuckers was always trying to control me. What you do, you see a free woman and you want to put a cage around her, and you have the hopes that she is male-centered, a pick-me, a little bit of mammy. You need a little bit of maid. You need a little bit of the woman who has that toxic femininity where she feels like she has to be the martyr for people. Right? You need to find one of them, a martyr, a woman who wants to son her husband, right? And refer to her partner as her child. You got to find one of them who haven't woke up yet and decides that, you know what? I'm not changing for anybody. You got to find a pretzel, and you still don't respect them. That's the gag. Apparently they unfollowed each other. But listen, she says, I was so happy I stayed in my bad bitch Empress energy because a woman's connection with her femininity is not under the ownership of men. I'm going to read that again. A woman's connection with her femininity is not under the ownership of men. And all these fucking femininity channels, they're using a rule book that was authored by men to govern the way you show up in society. They are using rules of patriarchy to tell you how to be feminine. Because when you go to these femininity channels and ask them, whose ruler are you using to tell me how to act like a woman? Whose rule book are you using? They're not using a book authored by women. They're telling you that your femininity is going to be the determining factor on what type of man chooses you. That's some pick-me shit that's happening over there. The women who are fully embodied and sovereign and literally in their dark feminine energy, that Medusa energy, that Kali energy, that Lilith energy, they hate it. They hate it. They hate that. You're embodied in your sexuality. They want to be able to control how you show up. They want to be able to have sex with you, but then monitor your morals and values when you're having a good time and your standards. Now they all of a sudden have morals and standards and want to use the Bible to control you. They just need to find a goofy who follows the same book and will fall in line. You don't ever listen to a woman telling you how to be feminine. First of all, you're a woman. How you show up, how you perform femininity is not going to be the same as how another woman performs femininity. It is a performance. Because you have a vagina and identify as a woman, you do not have the cornerstone on the performance of femininity, let alone a person with a penis. So if you're listening to these motherfuckers tell you how to be feminine, they're only telling you how to be feminine in order to control you and dominate you. That is it. So you show up how you want to show up. And if these motherfuckers can't get in the lane that you're in, leave them. This is the reason why Iyanla's messaging was so harmful, because this, what Keke is going through is why you don't date the bus driver. Look at Mary J. Blige. Look at Wendy Williams. Look at Kelly Clarkson. We could name them. And a lot of women do marry men who are not, or get with men who are not equally yoked because of their own insecurities, right? You want to find a man who possibly doesn't have as much as you because you don't want no man telling you what to do. So you pick a man that isn't equally yoked. I know a lot of women. I think I used to do that too. In fact, I know I used to do that. I'm going to go ahead. I know I used to do that. Knowing good and goddamn well you shouldn't be with this person. But you want to pick a person who feels like, okay, well, he don't have a lot of shit going on, so he really can't tell me what to do. No, bitch. They get in the relationship and feel like they can still tell you what the fuck to do. They do. And then you looking at them like, nigga, get your fucking bus pass and get the fuck up out of my face. And that's the thing. All these men online complaining about quote unquote modern women instead of focusing on traditional women. You want to focus on changing women who have decentered men, who are sovereign, who don't need a man, whose identity is not tethered to men in any way. Y'all want to focus on them. Y'all want to focus on controlling them. Focus on the women with their turtlenecks on and their skirts down to their goddamn ankles. Focus on them. Those are the women you want to be with. But y'all so busy trying to control women who won't even give you the time of day. Who won't give you the time of day. Why are you trying to control those women? Why are you trying to get with those women? And why, when those women lower their standards and get with your ass, that you turn around and act like a fucking fool and want to dim her shine, knock her off her square, belittle her, become this domineering, insecure man? Why do y'all do that? Go find you a bitch that will fucking fall in line with the shit you want them to fall in line with. There are plenty out there, but you know why they don't pick me's? And you women, you heard what I said, that you women who do the men's bidding, because they're not going to treat you any different than they would treat the woman that they're trying to change. They're not. So while you up there getting in phone booths, changing your clothes to protect these niggas, they're not going to treat you any differently. You get picked and then they treat you the same way. So they spend so much time focusing on trying to change quote unquote modern women. And when we say modern women, those are women who have decentered men, whose identity isn't tethered to the identities of men, who are not codependent in their relationships, who are not trying to control men in their relationships, who are free, who see men as a nice to have around, not a necessity. They want to control those women who are clear in how they show up in society. They want to control those women instead of going to find a woman who is like the woman they want, who represents them well. Because, you know, they need women to feel like men. They need you to perform in order for them to feel like a man. Weak as fuck. When I say I want women free from the bare minimum, I also mean that outdated protector and provider. This is Trap Witch. If you are on the same frequency I'm on, you already know what it is. That protect, provide shit, that's when you needed that. It was a necessity for you. And a lot of you guys are getting into these situations looking for that, and you can provide that for yourself. You can. And you're looking for that, and that's putting you in some weird ass relationships. I also mean the outdated protector provider that comes from the cost of women settling for a man who can just buy a house and pay bills, but also not take care of who she is as a person in service to her destiny. Sis, you still in shackles and not financially free if you block bigger abundance over your life at the cost of services to God that you were sent here for. Truth is, a lot of men are still struggling because they think that one is that what? Okay, truth is, a lot of men are still struggling because they think that one is at the trade out of another. And that's why more women are taking care of themselves without the cost of their autonomy and who they are. A lot of men don't have a big enough financial plate to handle the home, and also a fiercely individual soul who has a big presence in and out of the home and still cater to her femininity and keep her soft. I don't give a fuck how much a man considers paying my bills and putting me in the house is protecting and providing. If he can't cover and support me in my creativity, my expression, my service to this world, and all things that make me abundant and free, he needs to get the fuck out of there. Financial freedom only equating to money is outdated. That's another thing. Y'all, the first thing I hear y'all talking about is the money part. And it's like, it's more to that. It's more to that. You will find a man with a fucking boatload. Look at all the women who are married to these high earning men. And what happens? What happens? What happens to them? Financial freedom only equating to money is outdated. It's also in relationship with being able to provide more abundance to someone else's individual abundance as a sovereign individual that goes both ways. More women have to learn to trust and follow themselves and their own journey and intuition so they don't end up in relationships where men use finances and this outdated "I'm the head" to financially abuse you and also use power dynamics to manipulate you. If we aren't equally yoked, I don't want it. I'm going to be independent and you still going to take care of me though, because I take care of you too, and not at the cost of who I am. It's whatever agreements we come to terms with. Exactly. Some of you get sucked into financially abusive and power struggle relationships to keep you from evolving. Fuck that man if he can't grow with you too, especially if you're supposed to stand by your man and support his growth in the world. Some of you weren't created to be a weak ass yes bitch to a man. Thank you. And as long as he happy, I'm happy, weak ass subservient bitch. Put a man above you ass bitch. What makes us both happy, love? Some of y'all be trading out your destiny and a better man for a dub. Girl, you better tell it. You couldn't have said it better myself. I couldn't have said it better myself. You can do what you want. I'm just going to tell the truth. A lot of women in this world give their men, whether they are down to their last or at their peaks, and tons of men will say, if I give. This makes me your owner. I want some men to admit that their protected provider complex comes from a scarcity mindset and doesn't always come from the best parts of yourself or true principles of the laws of abundance. Some men give because they feel poor inside so they can feel rich, but they only do that with women they feel that they can control or minimize. The goof troop. If you can't give purely, especially as a protector and provider, to take care of a fiercely independent woman who is trusting you with her softness to be able to supplement and care for her, then leave her alone. Some men uphold old paradigms of giving from their ego to make themselves feel better, not from the heart. She said a word. She said a word. She said a word. She did. And you want to knock her down. That's the part that I don't like. Trying to knock women down off their square. And then you come out with the morals and standards bullshit. You don't have no fucking morals. You wouldn't have been down fucking an unmarried woman if you had any fucking morals, nigga. Go sit your ass down and don't you got some work to do down at Key TV? Don't you got to clock in? Right. The fuck? The fuck up out of here. Talking about you the man of the house. What did he say? What did he say? I gave him an F. We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife or mother to his children to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family, my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. And the people are finding old tweets from him about domestic violence, about RAPE, he's a RAPE apologist. Like, you need to do a check on these niggas' tweets. They are really coming after him. They're really gonna come after him. Somebody says, I can make all the money and my man still gonna be the man. I'm gonna get out of the conversation. Y'all different. The way women are acting like money determines everything in a relationship is depressing. And honestly, we are cooked. I'm going to pay this is what Kimberly Foster said. I'm going to pay the bills and do whatever my man says. Don't that sound crazy to y'all? That's how y'all want to live? It's real. I'm going to read some of the things. This man is just getting started. That man knows that Keke has been crying online for some time about relationships. He's now revealed himself to be a basic, bitter baby daddy. It's good she didn't marry him. Exactly. It's good she didn't marry him. It's good she didn't marry him. And that's why we were telling her to not change, to give the baby her last name. I'm reading some of your comments. You a grown-ass man, act like it. Why run to the internet like that's going to solve a thing? Now he's doing too much. He's getting flamed by everyone, and I love to see it. Single, unwed, and apparently unemployed. They want traditional standards, but forgot the part about the man marrying, actually working, and paying all the bills. It ain't too late to move on, Keke. Keke is too vibrant of a light to be controlled. Don't let him dim your light, girl. I just hope she's not one of those pick-me Virgos. They really disappoint me. Don't even worry about it. We lit his ass up tonight. They still lighting his ass up as of right now, as we all should be. Single, unwed fathers, a word, a proverb, preach. He wants a traditional woman, but refuses to be a traditional man. A traditional man would be the breadwinner of his family. Can't pick and choose what morals and traditions you want to follow. It's all or nothing. The fact that she was laughing and dancing up on Usher says a lot. He made it about the outfit, and in his feelings caused Keke because Keke had a moment. Another king with no kingdom, just an insolent and an inept opinion. Stop policing black women and weaponizing motherhood against them. That means that against them as a means of control and insubordination. Right. I put Tapiana and remind her that this Keke Palmer incident is why you don't date the bus driver. Period. I know she got his ass together. They said they are not following each other on Instagram anymore. I keep telling women having a baby doesn't keep a man. It traps you. And the kicker, she posted on here how much she loved her man. And I know he saw it. And to do this not even 2 days later. Man, like, damn, can't even enjoy herself at a concert. It's official. She got a baby daddy. That's a different breed of father. Like, he got my Virgo sister trending over this bullshit as if he had been posting her body and enjoying it private, online, and in public. Yeah, because he posted something the other day of her shaking her ass, and he was like, yeah, something about it jiggling. What was that? I'm done. Y'all already know what I was going to say. Showcasing her booty cheeks to please others. He's failing to realize that aside from his outdated beliefs, the worst thing he did was to try to humiliate her publicly. Somebody said, whose house? What wife? What is this trophy baby daddy talking about? He had one job, and his one job was to keep his mouth shut, work over there at Key TV, and carry the baby when she's out there in front of the flashing lights. Somebody call ASAP Rocky and use his ass as an example so you can see how to hold the baby when you are. This is my thing, and I've always said it. The protect and provide part is protecting the woman in her leadership. Making sure while she's standing on her square that you protect her image. You embarrassed her. You're not a protector. You opened her up for people to ridicule and criticize her. You're not a protector. You're a liar. Not only did you fuck an unwed woman, but now you're not protecting her as if you were supposed to be her protector. No, and what provisions have she don't work at your television station. You work at hers. What provisions have you made for her to be a fucking provider? Get the fuck up out of here. You niggas are crazy. You are. You're crazy. You don't have no goddamn sense. And if you want to find a woman to control, there are plenty women out here who want to be controlled and who want to be picked. Go look for them. Stop trying to take these sovereign women and put them in a cage to control them. That's why you always feel they're trying to control you. You are free, you're a bird, you're liberated. And they want to control you by putting a ball and chain on your goddamn ankle and then not even honor you by marrying you, right? But then you have a baby and they want to slap down the mom card and then insert wife. A wife who is your wife, sir? When did y'all get married? You get the fuck up out of here, Darius. We still don't know who the fuck you are. We know you're the brother of the nigga that was on Insecure, and he's getting straight bullets. He was like, that don't have nothing to do with me. That's your brother, sir. The one that Molly was messing with, the light-skinned dude Molly was messing with. That's his brother. Nice looking dude, but girl, get your bus pass and get the fuck on. Go find you somebody else that you can control.
I just, girl, stop.
These niggas be trying to control y'all with babies and stuff. Don't do it. You're a mom. You're a single mother. You are literally a single mother. Technically, you're an unmarried mother, single mother. Technically, you didn't created a single mother. You didn't even marry her, but you want the parameters. You want the rules, whatever rules. But then you can also post her online to shake her ass. But now when she's being serenaded, having a good time, feeling good about herself, you want to be the one to not. We expect it from other people. That's what I said. Here comes a hater. You expect the haters to come, but not the one you was fucking laying down with. That's the gag. Girl, stop. Anyways, take care of each other. Protect your energy. When a man needs you to feel like a man, run. When a man wants to make himself the center of your world and not uplift you in your representation of yourself, run. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. And if you have a baby and you are not married, and even if you are married, hyphenate your child's name. Give your child, the person that came out of you, your last name. This patriarchal shit where he gotta have if you're married, hyphenate it. If you're single, give the baby your last name. Stop naming these boys and girls after their fathers, their first names. Stop making juniors, because he's going to always be in the shadow. Stop making thirds. My brother is a third and he has to live in my father's shadow. My father spent his entire life trying to get my brother to be a representation of him. And I know he suffered. I used to watch him like, God damn, he really fucked that kid up. Because his whole life is trying to be like his fucking father because he has his father's name. Stop doing it. Stop it. Give the child their own name so they can have their own identity. Y'all ain't transferring legacies like that to give people for motherfuckers to be juniors and thirds and shit. Okay? Y'all ain't transferring legacies like that. You're not. You're not. You're King Louis the Third, and you're over here with thirds and fourths, and everybody's fucked up because they don't have their own goddamn identities. So run from them. Run from anybody as you are walking in your purpose. If a person can't support you in that, what did we say the definition of love was? What did we say the definition of love was? Hold on, let me go back. And the definition of love. Love, the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own and another's spiritual growth. If they're not helping you grow, your spiritual growth, if they're not uplifting you, if they take opportunities to knock you off your square, especially like when you're feeling good and he's a fucking hater, he's over there with a fucking scowl on his face, run. Okay? Protect your energy, take care of each other. Let's get down in the comments. Choose yourself. And as soon as a motherfucker tells you he needs you in order to feel like a man, I think I've already said that, run. Because those are the ones. Oh my God, I make my man feel like a man. No, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. And stop making public proclamations of how much you love your man, your man, your man. And in less than 24 hours later, he makes you look like a goddamn fool. Stop it. All right, I'm out of here. Now I'm out of here. Peace.